welcome to 50 Shades of Grape, where we put the fa-la-la in your ho.
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 What are you calling ho?
This is our Christmas episode. Welcome.
Welcome.
We are actually in the North Georgia mountains.
Somewhere in a private bunker.
Near you.
Never to be disclosed.
Not near them.
No,
Okay,
nowhere near
not
you.
near you.
Nowhere near
I
you.
doubt
We
it.
have no idea where you are.
So we are going to review today Nottely River Valley Vineyards, which is, it's so new, this winery is so new, they're not even open yet.
How about that? We're on the bleeding edge.
We are.
They had just something.
They opened for a special event weekend, and we went there, we tasted, and we're very, very impressed. It is actually technically not in North Georgia, even though it's in the area. It's actually in North Carolina by like 400 yards or something. But it's definitely worthy of a taste and quite impressive for a brand new winery.
Yep, we were impressed.
Steve Thompson is the winemaker.
Okay.
And his son Stephen is also employed there, and I think Steve's wife, and maybe Stephen's wife too. Actually, no, that's
No.
not true. Stephen's wife is a doctor.
Correct.
But Stephen and his dad are both pilots. It's just a really nice family.
It's a family affair.
Super family affair. We had such a great time just chatting them up. They would have chatted with us all day long. It was lovely. Really.
They've been growing grapes since 2008, and they have now released their first wines. Their 2011 vintage, I think we're tasting today.
Well, why don't we look? Oh, why, yes it is, sir.
2011 vintage. And there's two Rieslings we're going to taste today. So one, it has a yellow dot on it. Lovely. And one doesn't.
So why don't you tell us which is which, Ed?
I wish I knew. One is a dry Riesling, and one is an off-dry or sweet Riesling.
So the dry they call a Trocken, and the sweet they call a Cabernet.
Okay,
It's the style
This is style.
of Riesling.
okay. So, which one are we trying first? Doctor?
Let's go to our right,
All right.
which is the yellow dot,
Okay.
and we'll see if we can find out if this is
Listen,
the dry or the sweet.
If we
We haven't
can
done
tell.
Riesling yet, so this is nice.
No, it
This is
hasn't.
this is our
I'm not
first
sure we
Riesling.
have, yeah.
This is our first
Your
Riesling.
hair looks great today, by the way.
Well, thank
You're
you.
welcome. Okay, so, what do you think?
Bright, crisp.
I know, it really is. It feels like it should be summer and not Christmas.
Mhm.
That is an interesting fact. Why are we doing summer wines in Christmas? But that's okay.
All right.
We go with the mood
Why not?
stresses.
Okay.
You know what's funny is that without contrasting the two, it's hard for me to tell if
Right.
this was the dry
Well, let's go
or
to the second
off-dry.
one then, and then come back.
All right.
I have a pretty good idea what that
I think I do too.
I do as well.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct. Okay, so I think
Yep.
the one on the right with
Yeah,
the dot
that's
is the dry.
Dot, yes.
Absolutely.
Yellow dot is dry.
Absolutely.
So it's very minerally.
Minerally.
It has a real mineral quality
That's
to
what I was
it.
trying to
I
add to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
stone, flinty.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think
Not
that
so
really.
much for the minerals, but you guys, I know that it's something that you guys look for.
Yeah, and I think that speaks to the terroir of the farm. I think it's a 93-acre farm, and it's near Murphy, North Carolina, and they're actually located on a fault line. Literally, he had a chunk of earth that he showed to us, and I think it's called sedimentary shale. Is typically across like this, and it's tough to grow grapevines in sedimentary shale that is horizontal.
Sure.
When it gets closer to the fault line, it actually moves up like this, so it's more vertical, giving the opportunity for the vines to go deeper, create more minerals and a deeper root, which, it's a good story.
It is a good story, and it's true though, because it really shows the sort of mineral quality that the vines would pull from all that rock.
Mhm.
Well, and I find that to be very typical of the North Georgia, South North Carolina kind of wineries. I get that mineral
Mm-hmm.
kind of feeling
I like
from a lot
it.
of wines.
Yeah,
I like it.
he's growing probably 10 to 12 different varietals there. He's experimenting. In fact, he hired a consultant to come in and say what kind of grapes he should grow, and he said, I want to do Pinot Noir and Zinfandel, and they said, you're crazy growing Pinot Noir and Zinfandel in this area of the country.
Yeah.
Well, Steve's kind of a little crazy anyway,
So he's going for it.
so he's going for it.
You totally go for it.
Right. The good news is the Pinot Noir grapes actually came out pretty good, and that will be released sometime in late 2013 or early 2014.
Okay.
But a Pinot Noir in North Georgia / North Carolina, unheard of.
Steve, if you can do a Pinot in this area,
Yeah.
Oh, a good one.
Let's
qualify that just a little
This is
bit.
true.
because this is, I mean, Pinot is a hard grape to do well anyway, but this is such a crazy area terroir-wise.
Yep.
It would be a fantastic thing if somebody could pull that off. That would be so exciting.
It would be. And the Zinfandel grapes actually did not do all that well. So he's going to tear out those vines and he's going to replant Zinfandel, but he's going to do the Primitivo clone this time because Primitivo evidently is
It's hardier.
hardier
From Italy.
yes, for the
Yeah.
weather and for mold and that kind of thing.
You know, these are so different from each other.
You know, and I'm going to say the dry is not my style when it
Okay.
comes to Riesling.
Okay.
I am not a big fan of dry, but that's me personally, my taste. So I really like the sweet ones, and I do enjoy this sweet one. It's not as sweet as some of the. Now, if I were to go to the
Right.
store and buy a Riesling, it's like goopy sweet.
Yeah.
This one is
Yeah.
not goopy sweet. It
Maybe.
has.
It's more off dry
It's-
as opposed to
right.
real sweet.
Which I enjoy, which
It's-
is quite nice. It's a
And when-
really good balance.
When we went to Nottely River, they specifically called it off dry. They did not call it a sweet Riesling.
Okay, all right.
And I-
Well, that
I-
makes sense then.
I like them both a lot.
They're both
I like
good.
this a lot.
This is more tropical. It has a little rounder
Yes.
fruit to it. The off dry. I mean, the
Yeah,
off
the
dry
off-dry.
one.
Correct.
Yes.
This one is a little more elegant, a little more refined.
Crisp and it not a huge mouthfeel.
Right.
The off dry has a bigger mouthfeel.
Bigger mouthfeel.
The dry has it's kind of stunted a little bit. It kind of stops there. They're both very good.
Both
I mean,
delicious.
incredibly good.
You know what we didn't talk about? What's the price point on these? Do you know?
Oh, yes.
Price point on these is
Awesome.
I
Actually,
think
it's-
$14.
I saw $15.99.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
It's in the
Yes.
it's in the 12, 14,
Under
15
20.
range.
It's under 20.
That's shocking.
Really quite affordable.
Wow.
He has some reds.
Okay.
He has War Women Red.
War Woman. War Woman.
Red, which is 100% cab.
Yeah.
It is the very first harvest from the cab vines.
Okay.
Some of us liked it, some of us didn't.
War Woman, I have to say, is one of the best names though ever. I don't know what that was, but I think War Woman is one of the best names ever for a wine. I like that. I dig it.
Yeah,
There you go.
I think it would. Yeah, a lot of tannins in there.
We
Hopefully,
digress.
hopefully that
Quickly.
War Woman Red will grow over time, and I'm sure it'll get better. I
So,
wasn't a big fan.
As a previous, like, Riesling was the main wine, my go-to wine, prior to getting into the wine world and my
Oh.
horizons opening up.
Okay.
That is really what I drank a lot. So, because I like the sweetness of it. So if anybody's like a typical Riesling drinker out there, I would definitely say when you're looking for the sweeter ones, this one is not the goopy sweet, it is just right.
It's just right.
The off-dry is
It's just really nice.
really nice.
So when you go
Really
to
nice.
Nottely River Valley Vineyards, get the one without the yellow dot. They're both excellent, but if I had to choose, it would
I
definitely
think
be
it's
Nottely.
funny that that's how they're denoting it. But
Yeah.
what about
Yeah,
the different colored bands? Wouldn't that tell you?
Oh, maybe.
You know what?
One might
The
think.
gold lead is dry and the black lead is off dry. But
There you go.
otherwise the labels look identical, so don't get confused.
All right, so
All right, it's all music.
we're at the point where we're looking at some music.
Some music.
Well, you know what? I think I'm inspired more by the fault line
Okay.
and the rocks and the minerals. We talked about minerals and the Georgia and whatnot. So how about here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Are you ready, baby?
Yes, I am.
The Scorpions couldn't hurt anybody.
Scorpions, we're huge in Germany.
That too, Riesling. Hello, we're tying it all together
Oh,
here, kids. It's a Christmas miracle.
Oh, thanks for joining us.
And remember, wine makes everything better.